Oh, I see it was up on the...
Are we? Oh, people, we're, as you can tell, we are not professionals.
Well, we're not pretending to be professionals.
Good at this.
This is what happened.
Are we here?
About five. Hello, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
About 5 years ago, we went to a conference called Mom 2.0, which is the more advanced version of a conference known as Mom 1.0 or 1.5. I'm not sure. In any case, we were speaking at the conference.
They were advanced moms who were at the conference.
We were wandering around the hallways, and we were whisked into a line by a producer from the Today Show parenting team. And they said, "Are you parents?" And we said, "We cannot deny it." And they sat us down, and they put cameras in our faces, and they gave us a little interview in which we talked about our parenting style.
Why? Is this part of the agenda?
This is the background. This is the background. It is part of the agenda.
Oh, it is.
Here is the agenda.
Matthew, you did not print it out backwards.
I did not. I didn't have time for that. First of all, welcome our friends. We said hi to Brenda.
We said hi to Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. And it looks as if Joanne is on here as well.
Hello, Joanne. Let's wave to them both with the buttons on the Instagram.
Oh,
all right.
Look at that.
Oh, the next thing on the agenda, actually. Let me finish my story.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we did an interview for the Today Show parenting team, and we loved it. We acted like complete lunatics, didn't we?
I was perfectly sane.
Robbie
and put
was
together.
very dignified, and I acted silly or something.
I don't even remember.
We had a good time.
It was
good
fun.
time. And then later in that conference, we went out on the beach. We made another video, and then we came back and we started doing all these Facebook Live videos. For a long time we did this, and we liked it, and sometimes we made a cobbler, and sometimes we made a cobbler one time.
We did?
That was one of our most popular videos. We made a blueberry cobbler, we did it wrong, and it turned out badly.
I do remember that now.
Anyway.
Okay.
Then we started doing the Daily Minute,
Yes.
because our friend Heidi said, "I like your videos, but they're too long, and I want them every day."
We've had enough of you.
And because Heidi is a powerful,
Emily
influential
Pindak.
person.
Hello, Emily Pindak. We're going to wave to you, too.
Do you think that's really Emily Pindak, or is that one of her children?
And I just texted her saying, our child wants to call you. Can he call you?
That is not on the agenda, Robbie Bear.
I was just trying to... Yeah.
I made an agenda to keep things orderly, all right? Alice is a longtime follower of our live show nonsense. Okay, rail against daylight savings time. We scheduled this live program for 7 o'clock because Matthew gets tired at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
And the universe conspired to make this quite actually 8 o'clock tonight, even though it says 7 o'clock. It's not fair, it's not right. And
We did not plan well.
If I expire in the middle of this program...
Please don't expire.
Well, I might list to the side.
If you start expiring, I think we shall end this program.
The point of this program
Yes.
is...
Do you actually say program, or is that a joke?
It's a joke.
Okay.
All right. A year from now,
Yes.
we are going to be living in a school bus
somewhere
in the southeast. I don't know.
November 7th, I have on my calendar.
I think we're going to be in Texas, maybe.
Fakish schedule.
In any case, friends, we're going to be on a grand adventure. And so every Saturday evening...
Outer Banks.
Sunday evening. The Outer Banks of North Carolina. Every Sunday evening, we are going to check in, chat with you from the road, give you highlights of the week. And in order to habituate you to this, we're starting the program now.
In order to habituate ourselves to
That's
this.
what I meant. I was looking at me when I said that. So we're just getting started now. We're getting into the groove. Robbie's got some technological research going, so maybe we can put it in various channels at once. We will put this on the Facebook, on the YouTube. We'll put it in places where you can find it. In the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, I'm not doing any research.
All right, Robbie, I'm turning it over to you.
That is the worst. We can't actually read the agenda, Matthew.
I just want them to know that it is an agenda.
Okay.
All right? We're going to
rail against daily savings. I
did that. Busload of books update.
Yes.
It is time for, it's not recruitment. All right. Robbie, tell people what you've been doing this afternoon. Bring us up to date.
Yes.
How are we selecting the schools? Where are we in the process? Okay.
Excellent. So First Book, our partner First Book,
yes.
has handled the recruitment of the schools. And basically they sent out to their membership of many, many, many thousands.
Now listen. They have 500,000 members.
That
would have been an outrageous number of people to invite to join our tour. There would have been a lot of sadness.
Yes.
So they cleverly invited the schools that had ordered our books from the First Book Marketplace. First Book is a national nonprofit that has been providing books at very low cost, educational supplies at very low cost, or free to students in low-income communities and schools for 30 years. This is what they do. We're very aligned with them. That's how we're partnering with them.
We're super excited to be partnered with them.
They have something called a marketplace, which is a place on their website where educators within their network, which you can join for free and easily.
Yes, so anyone who's out there who's an educator in a Title I school
or Title I
eligible school, please sign up for First Book because you can get cheap books.
All right, so our books are on the marketplace, which is their online store for educators to get these low price books. And so they sent the invitation to the folks who had ordered our books. And luckily, people in every single state had ordered our books. So go ahead, Robbie.
So
where are we now?
So now we have closed recruitment as of last Friday, and we got a spreadsheet that had 303 schools, and I know it's 303 because I had to rejigger the data several times because
if we were wearing name tags that described our aptitudes and responsibilities, mine would say, "He who does not fuss with the data." That is not my job. That is by default Robbie's job, not her choice.
Not because I'm great at it.
No, you
but
are.
Just
You're great at it, Robbie Bear. Yeah, okay.
I don't like Excel. So anyway, so we got a spreadsheet, and there were 303 schools on it. And I spent this afternoon cleaning up the data a little bit because some people enter the data a little bit differently.
Everybody has their own way of entering data. We're not judging anybody.
Yes.
There's some inconsistencies.
So hard.
It's the job of the data. Can you be the data maven?
Sure. But that makes me sound like I know what I'm doing.
Stop it.
Stop it. That might have been Emily Pindak trying to call our children.
It's Christian. Christian, we're doing a live cast. Don't try to...
No. Here, go run. I'm going to run this to the children.
The data maven is going to make our child happy at this moment. Our children need to be entertained while we're on live casts. So what is going to happen is that Robbie is feeding the Excel data into a program called Airtable that allows us to create a table out of it. And we're going to go through and we're going to review all these applications, looking at a lot of different criteria, the size of the school, the location of the school. All the schools are Title I, which means they all have a significant percentage of students receiving free and reduced lunch, a lot of low-income families that they serve. So all the schools qualify, and by virtue of being First Book members, all of the educators who applied had to write a little essay, like what would this experience, what would this visit from Robbie and Matthew mean to you? So in any case, I've read about 3 of these essays, and each time I cried. So there is a lot of need. What I know is that we could pick these schools at random and have a great time, but we're going to go through and carefully evaluate them all.
There are some very enthusiastic folks in New Jersey who, many of whom signed up the same school.
5 different educators at the same school all applied. Either it's a gambit to telegraph enthusiasm, or a lot of different people are equally excited.
Or nobody speaks to each other.
I don't think that's it. I think that they all communicate.
Or they all just wanted Robbie to... Where is this duplicate data coming from? I don't understand.
Robbie loves you educators. She's not frustrated at all. She is a data maven with equanimity. All right, the next update for the tour. So next week, by next week, we may know which schools we're going to pick.
It depends on how long their essays are, but we think that with that 300 is a reasonable number. I think we can get through it.
We're going to chop to it real fast, quick now. All right, we're going to give you an update on the bus. The bus that we're going to live in next year, that will be our home. The 24-foot Thomas school bus with a Freightliner chassis, and a Caterpillar engine. These are the things I know about the bus that are true.
They are true, but you don't actually know what that means.
I do know what that means. All of those things that we know. The bus is right now empty, and it has a plywood floor that Brian Thompson extraordinaire lay down with loving...
Did he lay that down, or is that what was underneath everything?
No, that's what he laid down.
That's on top of...
He took up the floor that was in there. He scraped it assiduously. The inside has been beautifully painted. The plywood is down. The next step is that Brian and the person who's working with him are going to... What is our other friend's name? Bill and Brian are going to lay down the checkerboard school-themed flooring. This really tasty and very environmentally friendly, Brian tells us.
Yes, it's not the old asbestos stuff that they used to put in our school.
It's good, and it's going to be durable and easy to sweep. Somebody thoughtfully said, put a rug in there for warmth, and we said, no! We're putting a floor in there.
We have a dirty dog and 4 dirty children.
That's what...
Yes.
She didn't include me in the dirdirtiness. That was very polite. I'm cleaner than children.
Actually, you are the one person who wears your shoes in the house.
Slippers. I wear slippers in the house.
You wear your sneakers in the house.
Something very exciting happened on the bus front this week,
yes.
which was that a pallet arrived at Chestertown Lumber.
Thank you, Chestertown Lumber, for accepting the pallet.
Containing all the seats for the bus. So one of the great challenges that Brian Thompson, our contractor, had to figure out was... In most cases, seat belts are not part of the seat. They are attached to the side, and then they clip into something in the seat. So Brian needed to get a self-contained seating unit that had the seat belts built into the seat.
That could also fold down into a bed.
That's right, because we need every inch of bed space we can get. So the kids are going to have 2 bucket seats facing each other.
Not bucket seats, bench seats.
Bench seats facing each other. She is also, in addition to being the data maven, she is the fact checker. Because I will tell lies if left to my own
And it
devices.
is trying to contend that our children are not dirty.
Oh, thank you. That's probably true. They're not the dirtiest children. We went on a hike today, and they got very sandy, I can tell you that. 2 bench seats facing each other, right behind the driver's seat, and those bench seats majestically transform into a quite large-sized
I like
bed.
how your hand gesture for transforming was... okay. Because before it looked like they didn't transform at all.
Bench seats?
I see.
Transform. And they make a very sort of transform. I'm going to
They
narrate
look
it whenever
very
it happens.
uncomfortable,
So,
those bench seats.
and then Robbie has a
Yes.
seat, like a captain's chair.
Yes.
Just-
Mine is a bucket seat.
and it swivels, so Robbie can do donuts if she wants to, if she gets bored. And hers also spreads out. So,
Yes.
those of you who have wondered, what happens when it's cold?
And the tent is too chilly.
The tent upstairs could be too chilly. The first thing that will happen is Matthew will go up there and sleep by himself.
Happily.
Happily.
Like a delighted...
Happily.
Yes.
The second thing that will
Santa
happen, if
Claus.
it's too cold even for me, is that we'll turn all of the seating into beds, and then Jasper will probably sleep with Robbie and me in the back, and all 6 of us can sleep downstairs. So don't
Yes,
worry about us.
Don't worry.
So the seats have arrived. We have not yet seen them, but we will see them soon. We will let you know. We will get you back into that bus as soon as we can.
Yes.
To show you the progress.
I appreciate that Imagine As You Read
Yes.
has appreciated the agenda, the typed agenda.
Oh,
However,
thank you. Thank you.
we are going to fix this next time.
Robbie wanted me to format this in InDesign and mirror it
That
so
is
that
wrong.
No?
No.
Okay.
I just didn't know that you were not going to do,
Do
it
you
yourself.
see how I did my homework and I'm still being lambasted? I came up with an agenda. Without this agenda, there would be no order to the proceedings. We need to get moving, though. We need to keep going.
We do.
All right, so we're going to give you an update on the fundraising. As you know, we are attempting to raise enough money to buy books for every student and teacher that we meet. We're guessing that's about 25,000 students, and we're guessing it's about 1,500 teachers. However, we will find out soon, once we select the schools, how many people we're actually trying to serve. We'll also find out a very important other number, which is what the books are going to actually cost. We don't actually know either of those numbers.
Which makes it really hard to fundraise.
Right. So we set an initial goal of $100,000, and we have reached $70,000 of that goal, $70,266, because more than 600 people have been so generous.
Thank you to all of the
who have
people
given,
who
I mean,
have given already.
It's really
Yes.
astonishing.
Yes.
People have just made me cry over and over and
Day
over
after
again.
day after
However,
day.
we still need some more. So what we are going to do,
Yes.
we're going to tell you the shadowy outlines of our plan.
This is on the agenda.
It
If you
is.
guys could read it.
Okay. What does it say? It says
Telethon.
Telethon. We did a Daily Minute this week in which we thought about doing some stunts, tricks, japes, skits, and people said, "Oh yes, bring all of those things to us." So, on the what's the date? It's the Saturday.
The Saturday following Thanksgiving.
We're going to get up at 7 in the morning.
Yes.
And we are going to start live streaming.
Yes.
And we are going to live stream for 24 hours or until our fundraising goal is met. This might actually kill Matthew. I have never stayed up for 24 hours in my entire life.
And there are going to be several hours of very boring content if Matthew goes to sleep.
We have some plans.
We do.
To do some fun things, some
Yes.
surprising things. However, friends, if you have ideas, if you have requests, if you have things you've always wanted to see
Yes.
us do, this is your chance.
Should we give them a couple teasers
Our-
of what sort of thing that we're talking
Our
about?
inhibitions will be down. I will be almost
Matthew will be weak.
delirious
Weak.
with fatigue at a
Yes.
certain point. Sure. I don't want to give away too much of the excitement.
Well,
we're going to publish a schedule in advance.
We will.
So you can tune into your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want to give people the right idea of
Okay.
the sorts of things that they can request.
Okay.
So, for example, I am going to let one or some of the children cut my hair.
Oh,
Give me a haircut.
okay.
So that is going to be one of the items on our...
with free reign to do
with
whatever
free reign
they
to
so
do whatever
please.
they so
Wait,
please.
but only if we raise a certain amount of money.
Right.
We're not going to do
right.
that
Right.
unless people
I
are
mean,
truly motivated.
I can't really remember how telethons used to work, but I feel like that was...
I think you're like, if we get
Well,
to the...
see, live action face painting.
Okay.
Very good
Okay,
suggestion.
all right.
However, we're going to do live action makeup.
we are going to invite our
yes.
friend Sarah
Oh.
to join us as
Yes.
one of the items on the telethon. She
Yes.
doesn't know this
She
yet, but
doesn't know
she's
that.
finding
But
out right now.
There you go.
Because we want her to talk about something
Maybe
very
you-
exciting that's happening.
Maybe you can be part of the makeup group. Well, I was trying to think of things like we were trying to decide: is it better to have the children do like makeup for us, since they don't know how to do makeup any better than I do.
Or should we get like RuPaul in
a
here?
Professional to come in and like give us makeovers.
Oh, Sarah has just agreed. I have him take a screen capture because we know that now she is going to shave Matthew's head. Emily, stop giving away the exciting secrets.
That was one of them.
We can't decide if we're going to shave my head if we do raise the money or if we don't.
No, we shave it if we don't.
Oh.
No, we shave it. Wait.
Right. You threaten people that you will shave it if we do raise it, because my head is apparently quite ugly.
Full of big moles that his hair hides.
Why are you telling everybody
And he's got big lumps, too.
I've never shaved my head. I think I might be
don't think his head
beautiful.
is going to look
You ever heard
very...
of Telly Savalas? You ever heard of...
He had a beautiful, smooth, like, evenly shaped head.
I think I do, too.
You are no Telly Savalas.
All right, we're going to do a telethon the Saturday after Thanksgiving into Sunday. This might be the worst idea we've ever had. It might be Robbie all by herself for the last 6 hours, playing the spoons and begging people to put her out of her misery. We shall see. The next item on the agenda, which you could read better if it were mirrored, as I was apparently supposed to do, we're going to talk about the Cookie Chronicles. Cookie Chronicles, Ben Yokoyama and the Cookie of Doom, Book 1, came out last March. Cookie Chronicles Book 2, Ben Yokoyama and the Cookie of Endless Waiting, came out last March as well. Our editor, Catherine, said, let's get those books out. Let's let people know.
Look at these plates.
This is a series.
Get to work, people.
Establish shelf presence. And you have to say it. Establish shelf presence. So, Book 3 is coming out December 7th, which is 1 month from today. Do you know what has to happen between now and then? The audiobook of Book 3 needs to be produced. Do you know what there's not very much time to do? Produce an audiobook. So, Matthew spent all day yesterday practicing his 8-year-old girl voice, his 82-year-old woman voice, his deep-chested, barrel-chested, deep-throated, overbearing dad voice. I mean, I really...
Who's the overbearing dad?
Darby's dad. Remember? He puts all sorts of pressure on him. So,
well...
Book 3, Ben Yokoyama and the Cookie Perfection. What?
Can we get a couple...
No! No! I'm not ready yet. 1 week from tomorrow, I will be driving into the studio in D.C. to record them. Next week, the agenda will include a sampling of the voices that Matthew have to do.
Matthew's having a hard time establishing these voices.
Oh my God, it's so hard. So it's okay. The narrative is fine. I love doing the narrative. I love doing Ben. I've done Ben through 2 books. Ben's friend Janet, I feel a little self-conscious, throwing my voice way up high for an 8-year-old girl, but I got to do it. It's part of the job. But it's these new characters, and when a bunch of characters are all arguing, when there's 5 characters arguing, and I have to switch back and forth between all of the characters, landing it like Mary Lou Retton lands her flips, and they're mad. So I'm all heated, and it's very difficult. There's a very patient woman named Paula, who is my director, and she says, now, Matthew, take a drink of your pineapple juice. Matthew, swallow your spittle. Because if I get too excited, I make these sort of spicy sounds. And she says, Matthew, she's very calm. She never judges me. Sometimes I get emotional and I have to walk away from the microphone. Anyway, I'm getting ready. It makes me very nervous. I'm going to be nervous all week until this is over. But next Sunday,
been really cranky.
Next Sunday,
you
can help me. Mm-hmm. So I will do a sample reading for you next Sunday of Ben Yokoyama and the Cookie of
when
Perfection.
are you going in to record?
1 week from tomorrow morning. I'm going to leave here at like 5 in the morning.
So you should save it till. Oh, you're gonna preview it before you actually record.
Yeah, I need to be on.
All right.
This is my test. Am I ready? Am I willing to share it with Sarah Storm, the producer of our podcast? When we went to New York City and recorded a podcast for LinkedIn with our friend Jesse Hempel, Sarah Storm was there. We had lunch with her. She also spoke gently and kindly to us. Matthew, Robbie, don't be nervous. It's all going to be okay. She took about 45 minutes of incoherent blather and turned it into a seamless, smart-sounding melange. Amazing. We're impressed with you, Sarah Storm. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Robbie, what do we... I think
Book 3 coming out. Matthew preparing to record audiobook. Yeah, okay.
We've moved on to
the most exciting part of the agenda.
Now, Robbie invited anyone who wanted to submit a suggestion for everyone's favorite part. We did a podcast this week. It's going to be coming out this week, the Am Writing podcast with Jess Leahy, and the author of many books, a very... powerful, smart, wonderful woman, a good friend, and she wanted to give us a chance to talk about our creative process, our story, and our bus tour. So one of her books is The Gift of Failure, and her most recent book is The Addiction Inoculation. Really, really good books, excellent.
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction. So anyway, we're going to be on our podcast. On the podcast, she called me out for neglecting my duties as an artist. She said, Robbie does all of her illustration. That's all well and good.
I've
but
been
really,
doing great.
The world wants to see you draw, Matthew. So tonight on the program, I am going to draw several celebrities that I had to choose because nobody...
Yes, nobody wrote me.
Now you know.
Making suggestions.
For next week, please unlock your phone.
Oh.
Now you know, for weeks ahead, if you're interested, I will draw what you want me to draw. But tonight, I'm going to draw what I want to draw. And you guys will guess. So, Robbie, I think you're going to take the phone. And
I'm going to take this phone.
Yeah.
Where's your
mail? Where's your mail? Oh, there it is. I see it now. All right. Oh. All right. Okay, so the first one...
Thank you, Alice, for your vote of confidence.
In Matthew? Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks, Alice. All right, this is going to be hard. I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this around.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
So Robbie, you're going to have
good. I should always turn this around before you're looking at my...
But you're not. You're going to point down at the paper,
point
right?
down at the paper.
Okay. So
Here we go.
So you guys know the drill. You can guess, and this is very awkward because I'm looking here. Show them. I'm looking past this.
Yes, I don't want to show them that though.
No, but show them the barrier.
The setup.
That
Okay.
is lying between.
Yes, that's so that I can't see the picture.
Guys, this person
and
has
you guys
eyes.
can't
This
see the
person
picture.
has eyes. I shouldn't give you any clues. You might not have realized that these were eyes.
I'm gonna try to turn this. Your
What?
your old set of Band-Aid is so disgusting.
I have a bad fingernail right now.
All right.
And this is going to make it very hard
right.
to...
So Penny, Old Man Gramps joined.
Who's
Hello.
Old Man Gramps?
I don't know.
Is that a
Could be any
person?
number of people. It could be my dad. My dad's on
My
Instagram.
dad is not on Instagram.
And Penny Zilkoi joined. Hello.
Hello, Penny.
Um.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Well, that is a unique mouth.
And then there's a little bit of these happening here. I might have exaggerated that a little bit.
A little
Yeah.
smile.
All right, let's see.
Do we have any guesses here? Nobody's guessing.
Well, I haven't given them a lot to work with yet. Let's be honest.
Well, Adam Driver? That's a guess from Jane.
If it was a correct guess, I would have said.
Oh. Now this person perhaps looks like a woman? But one never knows with Matthew. Oh boy, are you panicking right now? Because yeah, you look a little flustered.
No. I'm cool as a cucumber. I'm having a great time. This is what I do. This is my muse is speaking to me.
Madonna? Question mark?
No, friends. No. All right, let's see.
Is it like Loki? What's that guy's name?
There is someone named Loki.
No, the guy who plays Loki.
Tom Hiddleston?
Is that Tom Hiddleston? No.
No. Can you move the back a little bit? I can't quite see the paper. Thank you.
Is it the lady who, Rachel Weisz?
I see why you'd say that.
Anne Hathaway?
It is Anne Hathaway.
What?
Who said that?
Sarah Storm got that. Not only
Sarah Storm and I are on a wavelength.
Oh my gosh, you don't
Look
have
at
to
that.
yell.
Look at her. Look at her. There she is. Look how beautiful. I think it's
yikes.
those lips. It's not the most flattering portrait that Anne Hathaway has ever had done, is my guess. She's
would
probably...
say
all right?
No. Oh, Jen Psaki. She actually does look like her a little
She
bit.
does, but...
In spite of that
I
being
wouldn't
terrifying.
consider this a crowning achievement of the Matthew Draws. But
No.
we're going to go on. Guys, I haven't done it in like 2 years. Like it's been a while. So I think it's really exciting that Sarah Storm was on this call. Because if we weren't on a wavelength,
I feel
Sarah
like
Storm...
Sarah Storm is not only a podcast genius, she's also
right.
a deciphering Matthew genius.
All right, so, Robbie, here comes.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Quantum Anchovy has joined us.
Quantum Anchovy?
Yes.
That's exciting.
Your horrible Band-Aid is there again.
Robbie, I have to hold the paper, all right? You adjust your camera.
I can't.
Don't make it
There you
about
go.
my... All right, let's see.
That is Thomas. Oh. Who's Thomas? That's not Thomas. Thomas doesn't have that nose. This looks like, I'm allowed to guess too, right?
Sure.
Is this Al Pacino?
Not yet.
No.
I mean, no.
I mean, not Al Pacino. It was the other guy. Oh, gosh. Taxi driver. What's his name? Oops. Nope,
Niro?
never mind. Never mind.
Everybody's got teeth,
my God,
okay?
what happened?
Everybody has teeth.
Oh, yikes. Well, those are very even teeth. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Maddie. Oh, dear. What is happening? Oh. Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
No.
No, that hair, I thought maybe. Yeah, we got a yikes, yikes emoji. Oh, is it Patrick Dempsey?
Who said that?
I did.
Yes! It's Patrick Dempsey. It's Robbie's all-time favorite man.
Yes.
Well, what? I must have done something
honestly,
right.
I kind of see it.
Thank you.
Except that makes me really sad. Somebody, Quantum Anchovy guessed Michael Caine. Sorry.
All right,
Apparently it's Patrick
shall we
Dempsey.
see?
You know,
Patrick
the
Dempsey.
mouth
Yeah.
and the hair.
I mean,
I think.
Wow,
Maybe,
I don't see it, Robbie. That must have just been your red hot longing coming through.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Amy Meacham, it's nice to see you, my friend. You missed a tragedy unfold.
Dreamy Caddy guessed
Yeah,
it.
Caddy.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, this is I'm out of
Was that
practice.
it?
That was it.
That was it.
I came up
Okay.
with two. We're trying to keep this program to 30 minutes.
All right.
Because people have to put their children to bed, and Matthew
mean-
has to go to sleep.
Wait.
I
just
Are you
think
gonna
we
dissect?
need to.
Are you gonna do a little
we
art
need to-
criticism?
Yes.
Okay.
We just need to look at these again
Okay.
and appreciate them.
Okay.
Now, who is this supposed to be again?
I'm not saying. You need to remember.
What
You need
the
to
heck was-
remember.
Oh.
That right
the Devil
there-
Wears Prada.
That is a Princess Diary right there.
Princess Diary.
That's Anne Hathaway.
I mean, I think you got
her eyebrows.
the eyebrows
And
right.
she also has a very, very special
and
mouth.
the cheekbones.
Yeah. And look how long her nose is. Look
Yes.
at her nose shape next to Patrick Dempsey's.
But I think
They're not even the same kind of
I think
creature.
you did her wrong on her mouth.
Well, I tried to do her right
I mean,
on her mouth.
Aside from all of the other things. Also, when you make those tiny little pupil dots, it
Yeah.
makes them look like they are the Walking Dead.
Okay, I'll make
right.
bigger pupil dots
All
next
right.
time.
Now, this is Patrick Dempsey.
And Robbie got it, so don't try to tell me I didn't do a great job.
Honestly, I think you did a pretty good
Thank you.
job.
I mean, given how little I had to work with.
I mean, he needs some dental work,
Yeah,
obviously.
I
Like,
can never
things
draw teeth effectively. I should
wrong.
never pick pictures that have teeth.
Also, his ears.
I'm trying. All right, we're going to bring this home now because we have to move on to the last item, which is questions, concerns, and compliments.
Oh.
I would like to know, friends, is there something you've been wondering about the bus tour, about our books, about how it is I draw so well without any formal training? If you have any concerns about how I draw so well without formal training, or any compliments, one thing I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Alden, I don't know if you saw it, Alden did a video a couple of weeks ago expressing her opinions about the bus tour, and tonight she interviewed her brothers and made another video. And maybe it's just because I'm her father.
I know, let's not be these parents, but
All right, I think it's funny.
it's
We're going
a
to
pretty
share
good
it with
video.
you soon.
Yeah.
She is the official trip videographer. She is going to make one video for every state we visit. So we're going to have the Alden's eye view on America. I'm excited to share that with you. Friends, anything that you'd like to bring to us before we depart?
I
Yes?
have something to suggest or request before we depart,
What is
before
it?
next week.
Tell us, Robbie.
I would like Matthew to get some fresh Band-Aids on his fingers.
I'm hoping that my finger will be cured by next week and no Band-Aid will be necessary.
Amy Meacham has a great question.
Okay.
How many sticks of butter for the bus tour?
Well, we're going to have an extremely small refrigerator. Amy.
Yes.
It's going to be like a dorm fridge, basically. And so we're just going to go shopping every day. I don't think we're going to ever need more than a couple of sticks of butter at once. I know that's probably disappointing.
That is disappointing. At least a quarter of our refrigerator is going to be full of butter. That's what I'm going to do.
But let us do a butter tally throughout the year. Let us find out how much butter it takes for a family to move through every single state in America.
Yes.
We will find out. We will have a butter tally maybe hanging on the fridge and we can keep tabs on it.
One of the things that we discussed
Yeah.
today, Alden and I discussed, was deep fried sticks of butter on a stick. Isn't that something that you can get at the Iowa State Fair?
In the process of frying the butter, wouldn't the butter be rendered?
Yes, there's something, but there's
Maybe it
fried
starts
butter on a
frozen?
stick. Maybe it starts frozen.
okay.
But anyway, we were thinking that might be something that we could find on our travels.
Also, what sort of range of hats do you plan to wear? I
Oh.
like having hat variety, in part because we do a video every day, and I want it to seem like every day is not the same day. Great question about the Sodastream, too. I plan to bring, I would say, 4 or 5 hats, various degrees of warmness. We each only get one locker, To fill with our
Now
belongings.
he's going to fill it up with pillows and hats.
I might. No, my pillows get a special
do get a
dispensation.
special
I'm
dispensation.
very delicate and gentle. Everybody wants to keep me happy, and so I have a whole pillow area for my 4 pillows and my weighted blanket. I'm not coming off very well on this video.
That's the way you are in real
Very
life.
delicate man. I'm
It's
covered
okay.
with
It's not just the
Band-Aids,
video.
and I need too many pillows. There was a question about the Sodastream. Emily, I don't think I'm going to bring the Sodastream.
What?
No, I think it's one contrivance too many. We just don't have the square inches for it.
I think that's maybe poor planning. I bet you could mount it in the driver area, and it wouldn't take up any more room than
We will
the
talk
counter space.
to Brian Thompson and
Yes.
see if he has a plan, because I do love my Sodastream.
Oh, you know what though?
Yeah.
You could actually. I think you can compress air from the engine. You can.
What?
You can attach an air
What?
compressor hose to the engine, and it will. So you can pump up your tires from your engine when the engine is on. So I wonder if you could actually Sodastream your water with
From
some
the bus,
kind of air compressor.
or we could give up on this book idea and become a roaming SodaStream dispensing bus. We could go around America providing carbonated water to make everybody who's thirsty not thirsty in the best possible way.
Yes.
I think this might be our new mission. What?
Okay, so
What-
there was another
There was
question.
some question about bagels. I'm not
About
really a big
bagels.
bagel man. We're not really a big bagel
Yeah.
family. I mean, I think if we go to a place that has excellent fresh bagels, we'll do that. But I'm not like a buy a bagel in the grocery store kind of guy.
connoisseurs.
How is
I
the
do like a
bus
good
build
bagel,
out
though.
coming along, says Sarah. Sarah, right now, the bus, a lot of work's been done on the bus, but it kind of looks...
It's not like the exciting work. It's sort of the...
On top, Brian has created, he built from metal and he welded all together a framework that the sleeping compartments go on. So Emmett said, is there a second story in the bus?
Yes.
There is a second
Yes.
story. We are having manufactured by a guy in Colorado a 6 by 10 foot sleeping platform that will pop up to 4 feet in height. And there's a hatch that the kids can scramble up through, and there'll be a mattress up there and a couple of storage compartments. So there will be a second story on the bus. It'll have a button that we can push downstairs. It will automatically send it up. It'll have
Amazing.
lighting, but it will not have heating and cooling. So we won't be able to use it when we have extreme temperatures. Then people will stay downstairs.
Yes.
So that's right now. Brian is going to build a kitchen in the bus. He's going to build a dining area with 2 jackknife benches that turn into a bed for Robbie and me. There's going to be a bank of lockers. There's going to be overhead storage compartments. There's going to be seating. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to come in the months ahead, and we will share every single step with you.
So right now, the bus looks like it's empty on the inside. Completely empty. And the next step, I think, is putting in the floor tiles.
The next
that's
step
very exciting.
is the floor tiles. Brian and Bill sort of carved away the paneling all on the undercarriage of the bus, and they put in these really cool externally mounted storage compartments,
Yes.
so we can carry more storage. They bought this old, cool metal roof rack from an old, Land Rover, and they mounted it to the front of the bus, so we're going to put some big plastic storage containers up there for maybe off-season clothing. It'll be hard to get to, but it'd be good to have stuff. They also mounted a diesel generator to the undercarriage of the bus, and they're going to feed it into the fuel line so that we will have power when we need it. So if we are...
And again, that starts with the push of a button, so that's good.
it's boondocked somewhere, we will have a way to keep ourselves cold, hot,
Powered.
whatever.
Yes. Amy asked, do we also need to homeschool our kids during this adventure?
No, our children know things. They don't need to know more things. Amy,
For
you
the
know that
purposes-
education is worth... Amy is perhaps the finest public school teacher I have ever known, and so she knows I jest.
For the purposes of... I don't know. I actually have to ask the school system, maybe because of the way that school has become online, like we've done virtual school. I don't know if we can do a virtual school year through our public school system, if we'd be able to do that, or if we do have to sort of separate and do homeschool. So we'll see.
It'll be Alden's freshman year of high school, so
Yeah.
we need to be very attentive to making sure she learns the subject matter so she doesn't.
We already have somebody who will tutor her in math, thank
We're
goodness.
very excited about
Yes.
that. Kato will be missing 7th grade. I'll be missing 5th grade. Jasper will be missing kindergarten. So I think the older kids, it's more important that we keep them up to grade level. We think the trip itself is going to be the ultimate road trip. But yeah, we will do what we need to do to make sure that they are able to advance and stay
But
current.
generally speaking, we are not going to... We're going to be... what is it called?
The School of Life?
No, free schooling. What's it called?
We don't know what we're talking about. We'll get through this. We're going to figure this
Wild
out.
schooling. There's something where you basically leave your children alone and then they figure it out.
We're not going to leave our children alone. This is on the...
But no, there's something it's a certain kind of schooling.
If
it's
you
called
know,
something.
tell us what it is, whatever it's called. Do we have
But yes, it will qualify as
unschooling?
Unschooling.
All right, that sounds good to me. Going full homeschool is quite an adventure, but a worthwhile one. All right, thank you. There are many things we have to figure out. Right now, we're trying to figure out where we're going, the schools we're going to visit. Then we're going to try to build in other visits. We might try to partner with other creators throughout the country. We might visit bookstores. We're just going to try to fill out this year, giving as much exposure to the problem or the challenge, however you want to put it, of our nation's public schools. We want to draw attention. We cannot fix the problem, but we are going to try to draw attention to the problem.
The problem of funding, mostly.
Resources. And attention.
Yeah.
Our schools need more attention than they're getting. They need more support than they're getting. And we are going to hopefully make that point over and over and over again as we travel. We want to go to every state because we want to point out there are schools that could use help in every single state. Anything else? Any other complaints? There haven't been any compliments. No, there have been compliments. There have been some super nice compliments. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Alice made a super nice compliment. All right, there was at least one. Yeah.
I missed the compliments.
Right, I'll tell you about it
somebody
later.
said I looked great. Thank you, whoever said that.
Oh, I didn't.
I skipped that because we had moved on.
Did somebody compliment my Band-Aid? Public school teacher thinks the adventure will be definitely educational for math practice for Ashford.
There we go. That's what we figure. Thank you. Thank you. For soothing I'm not worried about it. Our children are also very self-sufficient. We have never had to sort of sit down and tell them to do their homework. They're good at doing the stuff that they're
Amy
supposed to do.
has volunteered to let us spend the night in her driveway on the bus.
Oh, hooray.
And so
Thanks, Amy.
maybe during that night you
can get a year's worth of education.
You could
please.
just beam some knowledge
Yes.
into the children's head.
Yes.
That would be very helpful.
All right.
Friends, I think it is time to conclude this.
It's past time. We were
It's
trying
way
to do
past.
this for only a half hour.
This last segment was only supposed to last 90 seconds or so, but you people had too many questions, compliments, and concerns.
Too many long answers. That's the problem.
Our friend Erin Stein, our editor Erin Stein, says that she's
like,
loves us,
"Get off
but
the stupid
she
thing,
says you never end your podcasts on timing. Everybody's like, I want to go now. Good night, friends.
Good night.
We'll be back here next Sunday night at 7 o'clock, and by then it will feel like 7 o'clock.
Thank you for joining us.
I will share my voices for Cookie Chronicles 3 with you. We'll give you a bus update. We'll give you a fundraising update.
Amy has invited us into her house.
We can come inside? Thank you, Amy. That's very kind of you. I appreciate
Matthew will
that.
spend the entire time probably
crying?
taking a hot shower.
Taking a hot shower and
yes,
crying.
Yeah.
But our friend Chloe lives in that town too. And so Amy and Chloe are having a little bit of a standoff. We might have to pit them against each other and see who's going to offer the best snacks. Or the most math education. Goodbye, friends. Yes. Goodbye. We'll tell you more about the telethon next week. We'll do voices next week. All the things. We love you.
We're going to try to turn this off now. It always takes us 5 minutes.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye. Yes.